Good evening. Thank you so much for joining me for Back to School Night. I'm Kirsten Tippett, and I am excited to be your child's English teacher this year. I recorded this video for you in case of any technical difficulties, as well as to make sure that all families receive the same information in case of any interruptions from my 4 children this evening. I am available live here for you to answer any questions you might have at the end of this presentation video. So a little bit about me. I went to MCPS. I'm a proud Terp. I am in my 15th year at Lakelands Park Middle School. I love our community so much. And I am going to continue to sponsor the newspaper club from afar. So if your child might be interested in publishing their writing or artwork, I hope that they will join me. I also run our Twitter account, so feel free to follow our school at LPMS Falcons. During period 6 and 8, we are also very happy to have support from Mrs. Spriggs. She has been a teacher at LPMS for many years, and she is a wonderful teammate. This year, for Advanced English, the syllabus is located on my MCPS classroom, and it is all about wonderful new things this year. So we have a new gradebook of Synergy, a new curriculum platform called StudySync, and there are a lot of wonderful resources available to us. Our first unit that we're digging into is called Everyone Loves a Mystery, and so we will start off by looking at short stories and then digging into some fun narrative writing. Some recommended materials this year is an agenda or calendar to stay organized, something to write with during class, a whiteboard or the laminated sheet with a dry erase marker, the digital device, either Chromebook or laptop, some headphones and a microphone, the reading materials, and our StudySync workbook. This year, MCPS is implementing a brand new curriculum across the board for middle schools called StudySync. It is accessed through a separate platform from my MCPS classroom, and starting next week, students will receive tutorials and guides to help them get started. They will have access to both print and digital media, so they should have their workbook, as well as they will have access to many audio recordings through StudySync and copies of online texts. We will still encourage independent reading outside of the StudySync curriculum, and today a StudySync information letter was emailed to you. There is a short video about StudySync here, but due to the lag, I will email out the link if you would like to watch it. So this year, there are 4 units, 1 per quarter. We are starting with Unit 1, Everyone Loves a Mystery, and our essential question is, what attracts us to the mysterious? So during this quarter, we will really focus on narrative writing. Unit 2 will focus on past and present, what makes us who we are, and we will get into argument and analysis writing. Unit 3 is called No Risk, No Reward, and asks the question, why do we take chances? And so students will take a look at informative writing, speeches, and essays. We will finish the year with Unit 4, Hear Me Out, and our essential question is, how do we know which words are the right words? And that will help us fine-tune our argument writing skills and informational texts by the end of the year. Our grading policy is very similar to last year, with both homework tasks and progress checks, still encouraging students to record their assignments somewhere, even though they are all digital. I myself had to put a lot of things down on paper just to keep track of everything. One change is that homework is now assigned as a practice grade in Synergy, so you will no longer see the homework category. And MCPS progress checks will be continuing with the StudySync curriculum, but there is no progress check during quarter 1. For our due dates and deadlines, all tasks will have a clear date, and after the deadline date, missing work will be submitted as a 0. But obviously, due to these circumstances, I want to be completely flexible and understanding with students, and communication is key. So if students need more time, please contact me before the due date so that they do not lose any credit for late assignments. When we have our assignments, it will break down to 80% task and assessments, 10% homework or practice, and 10% is the progress tracks. Most assignments will be reassessable and will be marked with an R in the title that can be redone. However, assignments that are entered as a 0 may not be eligible for reassessments. So this year, in order to meet students' literacy goals, students really need to be reading outside of the classroom, so anything you can do to encourage them to do so is very appreciated. Some ideas would be to read together, to help him or her find material that they're interested using the Media Center resources. Maybe check out an audiobook. Sometimes listening will engage students more than just reading alone. And try to talk to your students about what they're reading, ask them questions, and help them figure out some tough vocabulary. Some other ways we can support our students is to check grades on Synergy, communicate with me anytime you have a question or concern. Make sure your child has a space to focus and be engaged, and help your students stay organized. So on my MCPS Classroom, everything will be organized through modules. On my MyMCPS page, there are also buttons that contain links. Once you go to modules, you'll see our weekly lessons and assignments. I've set them up this way so that students can clearly go in order and work at their own pace, and to ensure that they've turned in everything that they need to. So on students' to-do list for week 2 is the summer reading reflection. They should have emailed that to me by this Friday. And every day that we meet this week, we are working on their introduction letter. And so by this Friday, their introduction letter and picture collage should be submitted on my MCPS Classroom. The summer reading assignment is located on a Google site and as well as on the school website. All this year, students are invited to check out ebooks, and they can do so by going to our Lakelands Park Media Center website and clicking on Destiny Library Catalog, as well as on Sora. So today, if you can please, I would love for you to complete our Google form. This link will also be emailed to you through my MCPS Classroom. It will allow me to gather parent contact information. It will allow me to receive your permission to provide one-on-one support to your child, as well as an opportunity to share anything else you'd like to about your child for a successful and wonderful year together. So thank you so much for joining me. I am now available live to answer any of your questions through the chat or by unmuting yourself to ask.